this is one of the things, man. Like when I look back at Tribe, I love the fact that Tribe was flexing all their skills as a group. Fife had solo joints on Tribe albums. You know what I'm saying? And Q-Tip had many solo joints on Tribe albums. So when it got to that point, they were prepping themselves. I mean, whether they knew it or not, they were prepping themselves in the public for hearing one without the other. Now think about that with
I don't think that
Big
was
Boy and
intentional.
Andre.
I don't think that was intentional though.
I
Do you
don't think
think
that
that?
was intentional either, but
Yeah.
it happened. You know what I mean? And when you think about a group like Outkast, not only were Big Boy and Andre pretty much attached to the hip, the listener hadn't heard one without the other on a individual solo level. We heard West Savannah, and that was pretty much it, and we heard that 3 albums in. So for the artist of the two that really does want to show their solo skills, it puts them behind the 8 ball with the consumer because they're always listening out for that next, you know what I'm saying? Like that other member. And then Andre just didn't attempt it.
Yeah, I mean, you see, at least, but with Outkast, like, it leaves more of a feeling because A, I think their catalog is better, and B, like, Dre is still here.
You
Like,
think
Pimp
their
is
catalog's
gone,
better?
huh?
You think their catalog's better?
The new GKs, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tribe. Okay.
I mean, I think it's better than Tribe's too, but I mean, Tribe would probably be the most, you know, feverish debate. It's just the drop off. How about this? The drop off from Equipment to Stank on You, and the drop off from Midnight Marauders, the Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Like, Mike, it's not the same
I
drop
feel
off.
like Tribe is, yeah, it's like, this is the thing. That drop off has a lot to do with the game totally changing from 93 to 96.
Right.
It's
But
just a whole nother world out there.
it is, but it's like if you line their first 4 albums up next to each other, side by side, the only one that's coming out over on the Tribe side is the Low End Theory over AT Aliens, because everything else is going to lean in Outkast favor, wouldn't you say? Southern Playalistic's better than Instinctive.
I don't
Equipment is
know. I
better than
don't
Midnight
know.
Marauders, and Stankonia is better than Beats, Rhymes, and Life. You think People's Instinct is better than Southern Playalistic?
I think it could be. I think it could be. I'm
I
not
don't
totally decided on that. I think
know. Now
for
you're
me, what
bugging
pushes
out.
Tribe over the edge is the remixes.
No, you don't.
The remixes push Tribe over to me. And then when you talk about even Tribe's final
I
album,
mean,
We Got It From
you know,
Here, that's better than Ottawa, right?
if you're including God from here, you have more of a firm argument on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's not about that extension of that catalog again. That's why I told you it's like no. The fact that he stopped rapping and they don't have that 5th album, it hurts in hindsight, like in historical context now, because much every other group they can be compared to has more work, right?
Yeah. And the thing
Yeah.
is, and I love Cass, but I feel like what Tribe did was super impressive in the fact that they dropped they dropped in want to talk about a competitive era. They dropped in a few different eras. And it was like Cass had their run and then they were done and they hung it up. You know what I mean? So it's like Cass was on a rhythm. Like Tribe started, they clearly was on a rhythm with the first 3, right? And then boom, break, and then we're doing Meet Dilla. Dilla's doing this, consequences involved, whatever. And then slight break again into the Love Movement, because that's a whole different sound. And then group breaks up, come back with a final album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. I think that
Lot of moving parts.
a lot of moving parts, and I think that it's a very impressive career. Just basically having to stop, start, and not to mention that they kind of were the godfathers of the lane that Cass was partially beneficial to.
No, I mean all of those are valid claims. I just don't think, when you really just parse the music out, it's just not better in my opinion.
Okay, and that's fair.
Because
I think Big Boy and Dre are better rappers than Q-Tip and Fife.
yeah, but also too, and I was about to say is like, well, I mean, some of the stuff on Speaker Box is kind of Dre and Big Boy Ambition could be included in some of those songs, and they got remixes like Jazzy Bell, Players Ball
They
Reprise.
remixes ain't touching Tribe's remixes.
I mean, trap remixes are something different. They got some.
Tribe's the king of the remixes, I would say.
They're one of the originators of it, I would say.
Was De La first? I want to ask the people in the chat. I think we've asked this before.
I did skits first.
Is Buddy the first remix in hip hop?
Maybe.
That's done in that way where it's like we're gonna add more people.
I just feel like Marley had to have remixed something before then. Don't you feel that way? Marley had to have remixed something.
I feel like remixes before then were probably just changing the beat up.
Yeah.
Where it was like, I feel like Buddy, and I could be wrong, and correct me in the room if I'm wrong, was like the first remix where they just added people to it.
So here's what I'm saying is that, like, for me, I mean, this is for me, and this has always been my thing with Tribe. If there was a critique, is for me, their truly high-end material really only spans over about 2 albums. And that's the Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders. The rest of the stuff is pick and choose, kind of, even though People's Instinctive and Beats, Rhymes, and Life and the Love Movement are all dope projects to me. People's Instinctive is way better than those other 2. I will tell you that. But I'm still a pick and choose on that album. Beats, Rhymes, and Life and the Love Movement is definitely some pick and choose type of stuff.
I love People's Instinctive. See, for people out there, I love People's Instinctive, and Coop hates it. Shout out to the Rap Round Table in the building. They said.
Not fair that you say that.
Shout out to Rap Round Table. They said Tribe is also it's also more important to modern hip hop history overall, though. Yeah, I mean, listen, People's Instinctive.
Yes.
Let's keep it real. People's Instinctive is the first album to ever get 5 mics in the Source. We can't sit here and act like that didn't happen.
I mean, yes. I'm not gonna act like it didn't happen, but it's also too. That wasn't when the Source was like the publication that was known for the credibility of handing those mics out. Because here's the thing about it: they gave Let the Rhythm Hit Them 5 mics too.
That's more on legacy. That's more on legacy. You don't You don't think Brand Nubian deserve 5 mics?
All for One.
Rigger Raw says, "Coop, you is tripping." Yeah, come on, man. All for One is a 5 mic album.
How does it sound now? How often do you play it? That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm glad you said that because most people.
Think about this, Mike. Most people don't even know what album we talking about right now.
Oh, come on! Everybody in here knows what album we talk about. I'm sure.
Yeah,
All for One, man.
I would question that. I would question that with some of the stuff I've been reading in the comments.
Listen, man. I think. And I say this respectfully from Atlanta, Georgia. I was here when Cass had their whole run. Tribe's music and that small run you talk about with the string of 3 albums, as we talk about Biggie, I feel like those Tribe records have way more legs and way more replay value than Cass records do. And I love Cass. Love Cass.
No, their high-end stuff, Tribe's high-end stuff, which I mostly feel like is on the Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders. I'm with you on that.
Bonita Applebaum's not on there. Can I Kick It's not on there.
Keep going. I left my wallet in El Segundo, right?
Well, that was for the times.
Right, no.
But at the end of the day, let's keep it real. Does Southern Playalistic have a Bonita on it? Does Southern Playalistic have a Bonita on it?
Hold on. Let's slow down for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. Hootie Hoo.
No, it doesn't. Come on, man. I love Hootie Hoo, man. But ain't nobody playing Hootie Hoo like that. Stop it.
Hold on.
Not like Bonita. We've heard Bonita flipped so many times.
You're making my whole point for me. It's a pick and choose album still, Mike, because you just went to Bonita and Can I Kick It? And after that, it's kind of like For the Time.
Those are massive.
I'm saying that it's pick and choose.
I don't know if it's For the Times. I don't know if Luck of Lucy.
Do you still play I Left My Wallet in El Segundo?
I still play Luck of Lucian.
No, you don't.
I do.
You might, Mike. You might, Mike.
What about to the people in the room? Which album do y'all think is better? Do y'all think People's Instinctive or Southern Playalistic?
Did you play Luck of Lucian before or after you put To Pimp a Butterfly on? Right.
Well, the record that I play the most from People's Instinctive is definitely
Can I Kick It?
Now,
No,
Footprints. Footprints is my joint. Yep,
Footprints is
somebody
that
said it in here. Footprints and Pushing Along, yes. Pushing Along is a beautiful record. And if we talk about the love movement, Find a Way
I
has
love Find a Way.
legs.
But that's
Find a
like
Way has legs. And that's the thing.
the only song
Tribe's
on there with
music,
legs. It's the only song on the album
and
with
it's
legs.
crazy,
Why are we bringing
man.
up one song? It's a 16-track album.
I think I loved Cass rapping so much that when Spodiote came out, I wasn't a big fan of it, right? I loved the instrumentation of it and all of that, but I always want to hear them rap.
Yeah.
But when we think about it, that's one of their songs that has the most legs.
That's fair.
It
But
is.
that's because of the innovation of it
Yeah.
and the perspective of it. So you can't necessarily
Spodiote,
knock them for not rapping on that. All I'm trying to tell you is that if you want to talk about 20 records, like if you were to take Tribe's 20 best records and Outkast 20 best records, there's a good chance Tribe is got that.
okay.
The next
We should
20
do a
records,
mock versus.
the next 20 records belong to Cast, and it's not as competitive as you think it is on the back 20 for Tribe as it is on that front 20 for Cast, even if you want to give it to Tribe. That's what I'm telling you.
This
Because
is
most
the
of that
thing.
stuff is on the Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders.
And I think that a lot of that stuff that you're talking
Y'all do that
about,
too. Even with y'all bringing up People's Instinctive, y'all know that most of the stuff is on the Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders. Stop treating me like I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all know that too. Am I wrong? Most of the stuff is on Midnight Marauders and the Low End Theory.
you're talking about two perfect albums. And I honestly
Where
feel
most
like
of their great shit is. It's two perfect albums.
no, the first album's great too. I mean, again,
It's great.
you got
It's
a
not
five mic
perfect.
album.
It's great. It's not perfect.
So okay. Let me ask you this. Since we've gone all the way off the rails here, we're gonna get back around.
About this first
You talk about People's Instinctive being for the times. Do you not feel like Southern Playalistic to a certain degree was for the times? They never went back to any of that.
They never went back to anything though, so that's not necessarily.
They
fair.
never went back to anything per se. And I love Southern Playalistic.
No,
I honestly think Southern Playalistic is their second best album. But what
Me too.
yeah,
Me too. No, me too.
it's their second best album. But does it have the quintessential Cast records on it?
I mean, I think so.
They do a concert. You gonna hear some stuff from there?
I mean, for me, don't you think Southern Playalistic or Crumbling Herb, like that's not seminal Outkast stuff to you? You don't think so?
I like it, but based on where they took it,
Yeah.
and this is the same. Hold on, this is the same
Get up,
scale
get out.
you're judging Tribe by. This is the same because if Tribe just had People's Instinctive and didn't make the Low End Theory and didn't make Midnight Marauders in the way they did, I don't think you would be saying this stuff that you're saying about People's Instinctive. But Cass did the same thing. They made a great first album and
they
they
didn't.
never retreated.
Well, no, I'll give you this. How about this? The way that I feel like People's Instinctive might be a pick and choose is kind of how I feel about like ATLians more than Southern Playalistic. That's why I'm saying like Mike. No, some of their core great stuff is on Southern Playalistic. Like Players Ball is some of their seminal stuff. Southern Playalistic, Crumbling Herb, Hootie Hoo, Get Up, Get Out. No, that's not just regular rap records. That's like
I hear you. I love those records.
Like specifically, those are the rap records that got Southern artists respect as MCs.
I
so how can you
understand
sit up there and treat it like it's regular?
I
when
understand
you're
that. I'm not. You're treating People's Instinctive stuff like it's regular. Like Rigger Ross said. Rigger Ross says nobody's bumping early Outkast. Period. Stop it.
Nobody's bumping early Tribe either. I don't hear none of y'all talking about People's Instinctive until Mike brings it up.
Y'all don't be rocking Ham and Eggs out there?
No, you don't.
Y'all don't be rocking Lucka Lucian out there?
Like I
Pushing
said,
along,
before or after
Footprints.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Come
Before
on, man.
Or after.
You know what? Speaking of which, to Pimp a Butterfly.
Because you know when you want to hear some classic Tribe stuff, you know what you cut on, and it's not the first album. You play the Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders first.
Well, you know, but one of the reasons for that,
or two off People's Instinctive, but when you go play Tribe stuff, you play the Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders.
one of the reasons for that, Coop, is the fact that there is a chemistry thing going on those other Tribe albums, and when we think about Tribe, we think of rap-wise, we think of a duo, and they were pretty much a solo act on People's Instinctive. Fife only gave us about 4 verses. So when it comes
Is it even
to,
four? Is it even four?
I think he's on Can I Kick It? He's on Pushing Along. He's on Mr. Muhammad. And what else am I missing, guys?
I'm saying, isn't it? What else?
He's on Mr. Muhammad.
I forget. It's been a long time
Yeah,
since
cause
I've.
Description of a Fool is all Q-Tip, El Segundo. After you know what, I think it might be 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit, that's crazy. But that's one of the reasons why people don't really retreat to the early Tribe stuff because it's more of a Q-Tip album, pretty much. But even with that being said, they still got Bonita on there. They still got Can I Kick It on there. I mean, Get Up, Get Out is a great record.
No, I mean,
The song Southern Playalistic's a great record. Players Ball is a great record. Outkast is not performing that, man.
no. Bonita and Can I Kick It are hip hop classics. Like their instance.
I
But
mean, mega classics. These are like Slick Rick level classics.
no, I didn't. No, no, no.
Come on, Bonita's not a Slick Rick level classic.
No, no, no,
Come
no, no.
on.
Hold on, no, no, no. Bonita's not better than any of the singles on The Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick. Not one of them.
Bonita's not better than Hey Young World.
No.
Okay, I'm fine
Hell
with that.
no. Hell to the no.
Bonita's not better than Mona Lisa.
No.
Stop it.
That's the first time you hear the dual rap voice being utilized, and it's a story. You better stop that, Mike.
Yo, Jordan House, I didn't say ham and eggs, my bad. Live television. Of course, ham and eggs.
You did say ham and eggs already.
No, but I think I said it in a different way or something.
I don't care if it's in a bar. I don't care if it's in a car. Okay? Mona Lisa, Children's Story, Hey Young World, Teenage Love.
Nah, you know what? The only songs that I would put over Bonita, I would put A Children's Story. I would Hey Young World's beautiful. So I mean I'm really torn with that. But it's better than Mona Lisa. And I love Mona Lisa.
If you want to say Teenage Love,
It's
like,
better
I'll
than
give you
Teenage
that.
Love. I mean, that's no
Not better
question.
than Mona Lisa. It's not as memorable as Mona Lisa either.
And they said Coop ain't even drinking yet. Jeez.
Ha ha ha. Had to find that funny. She said, "No, child, I work hard for the money. And calling me a thief, please. Don't even try it. Sit down and eat your slice of pizza and be quiet." Come on, there's more memorable stuff on there.
Hey Bonita, glad to meet you.
Right.
Come
It's
on,
not
man.
like it's not even the same in terms of mic performance. You don't want to get into the nuance of the mic performance, do
But do
you?
we want to get into the nuance of the production?
I mean, you can
Or
go
we
to the
want to talk
production
about
if you want
how the
to.
Fugees.
You can go to the production if you want to. Let's go to the rappers. One guy is using two voices, telling a story.
You do
What's
know
the
that.
other guy doing? He just drifting on a beat.
I mean, that was groundbreaking in the way
No,
that
Bonita
Q-Tip
is
did it.
not better than Mona Lisa.
Q-Tip
I don't
went-
even believe you said that. You are a real tribe junkie. to
Charles Carter says it's better than Mona Lisa.
say. I don't care what Charles
The
Carter
truest
said.
says Tribe ain't hitting outside of New York like y'all think that. Okay.
I didn't say they were
Jordan
hitting-
House says it is better than Mona Lisa, but I feel you, Coop. See,
I don't feel y'all. I don't feel.
it's
none of
okay,
y'all.
Coop. You're on the other side of this.
Which song has the more memorable lines? They get quoted more by other artists. I'll wait.
Man says
What
neither is
artist quotes
cast
Bonita?
outside of ATL.
What-
Rigor
who
Raw
else?
says Tribe over Cast. Let's stay on topic.
Man, I
And
want
that's
y'all
not
to
even
tell
on
me who
topic.
goes around. I want y'all to go around and tell me what other rap artists quote Bonita Applebum, because rappers been borrowing from Mona
What
Lisa.
you mean? Ho. You don't think Come Close from Common was a redo of Bonita Applebaum?
No. I mean straight like borrowing the rhyme style or borrowing.
Pharrell said he patterned his whole career after
No.
Bonita.
No. Here's
Come
here's
on
how-
now.
no.
Come
Here's how
on now.
epic Mona Lisa is. There's a bar from Mona Lisa on Goody Mob Soul Food, courtesy of CeeLo on Goodie Bag. That's influence. That's context. That's historic.
No. Let's not talk about influence. 'Cause Bonita is very influential.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. A rapper from New York makes a song in the 80s. The influence of the song makes a rapper from the South use it on his album in the mid 90s. That's influence. Bonita don't have no influence on no other rappers like that.
Come on. Pharrell said he patterned his whole career after Bonita. These are Pharrell's words. Hussein
I just
says,
said we're talking about him taking an actual piece of the rhyme and incorporating into his rhyme because it's so influential. CeeLo's rhyme on Goodie Bag, yeah, that comes from Mona Lisa, a piece of that. Show me
So,
where Benita has it like that. That's what
like
I'm saying. The
Jordan
MC
House
performance
says,
is superior. I
like
don't believe
Jordan
we're
House
having a
says,
conversation.
Jay-Z straight quoted Bonita on I Know. He did. Yes. He did.
Okay,
So you
so I
talking
got,
about CeeLo, we're talking about Jay. I don't know. I say that respectfully.
but that's what I'm saying. Jay is quoting another New York artist. Slick Rick's influence is making it down to the South to CeeLo. That's why I'm trying to show you the influence. You talking about Queens to Brooklyn. I'm talking about where I'm talking about Bronx to Atlanta. It's different.
So hold on.
Queens to
So
Brooklyn,
hold,
Bronx
hold, hold,
to
hold, 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 hold.
influence.
Hold on, hold
Right.
on, hold on.
You said Jay
So
used it
you're
more. I
saying,
know where
hold
it came
on,
from.
you want to talk about Goody
Jay has
Mob?
used
You're
Tribe
talking
stuff
about,
before. Jay's gotten Tribe stuff on his
hold on,
best album.
hold on,
Can
hold
I
on, hold on.
kick it?
Yeah, I know.
Right. So he's
Cool, cool,
obviously been
cool.
borrowing from them.
Slow
Y'all
down,
bug.
slow down. So you talking about CeeLo? Like Tribe ain't influenced Cass like that? Come on now.
I said, show me where you can pick. Like you. Oh, never mind. Just next.
Come on.
Next. I'm tired of y'all. No, next.
Blue
Next.
Collar Hustle says, "Love that even when Coop is wrong, he has good points." Yeah, I love that too.
Next. Y'all are bugging. Like y'all don't be playing Benita like that. You just play the beat.
Bonita is a classic.
It's a
But
classic.
you
It's
know
not
what? The
better than
beat, we
Mona
got to
Lisa.
give Q-Tip credit for that too. Q-Tip
No, I'm
made
giving
the
him
beat.
credit for the beat. It's just rhyme wise. It's like, and it's definitely not the mic performance Mona Lisa is. He's using two separate voices. People didn't even know
Okay.
that was him at first.
Listen, I will give you the fact that Slick Rick out rapped Q-Tip.
No,
If
he
you
rapped
want to talk
circles.
about those two
No,
records.
rapping circles around and rapping
But
back.
at the end of the day, Q-Tip's approach was groundbreaking. He was up there spitting game. He came up, talked to her. The remix is even more incredible. And we're going to talk about the sonics of the remix, where he was using the Osley Brothers sample well before Biggie did for Big Papa. Tribe is groundbreaking, man. And so is Cass. But very different ways. Very different ways. I get you, though. When it comes to the B-sides, the dichotomy here,
Lisa? No, I don't
we,
be here. Okay.
we've talked about this before. The difference really in Tribe and Cass is the fact that Tribe's best songs were singles, where Cass' best songs were probably not singles.
Yeah.
Because Miss Jackson ain't it. I'm sorry.
I'm playing
Yeah,
that
Jordan
back.
House said that Hootie remix. Yeah, that shit is crazy. I used to look for that Hootie remix for Bonita. I used to look for that on like YouTube and SoundCloud because it was never on any streaming services. But it's on streaming services now for people who've been looking for it. That shit is crazy. Not to mention the Scenario remix. You like the Scenario remix?
Are we done with this 20-minute tribe diatribe so we can get
Yeah,
back to
man, this wasn't even on the agenda.
I know we're kind of
And we're pressed for time. Okay. How'd you like the Dave East album?
I enjoyed it more than I just enjoyed talking about an album none of y'all play anymore.
Oh my God. I'm gonna go listen. Go listen to People Instinctive, man. When's the last time you listened to it?
The last time we had this argument and you made me do it, and I walked away thinking,
I remember going back listening to People's Instinctive like maybe 10 years ago. And I was like, you know what? I actually like this album more than any of the other Tribe albums. Not saying it's better, but it just does something different. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Hogan says Miss Jackson has more legs than anything Q-Tip made. Come on now. That's just not true. And I come on, man. That's just not true. I think the Vibrant thing got more legs than Miss Jackson. I don't like Miss Jackson. I'm sorry. For people out here who might not notice that, I don't really like Miss Jackson. But I do think Bonds Over Bad Dad was incredible.
Bombs Over Baghdad is pretty epic.
Mm-hmm. Bonds Over Bad Dad was some other shit.